Hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I wanted to show you this project that I was working on. So this may look familiar to you because it is one of the Club G45 kits using the Farmhouse, and it's called a Rise and Shine Folio. So many of you may have done this already. I can't remember what month it was, just a few months ago. But anyway, I was working on this folio, and then I just decided to make a few changes, and I just wanted to show you how versatile these kits are. So the instructions and the ideas in here are so amazing, but sometimes we just want to switch it up for whatever reason. So that's what I did with this. So I pretty much followed the folio, the creating of the folio exactly. I mixed up some of the papers. Actually, the reason I did was because I started off making some incorrect cuts on the paper, and so I just switched it up and changed it around and used different cut pattern papers. So I'm all from the Farmhouse line, obviously, but just some of the papers that I use on my cover and inside are not the ones that are shown in the instructions. So I created this. And then what I decided to do, I loved all the aspects of the folio. I love this little V here to put things in the pockets. Also this, so I changed that a little bit. I did only put one of these because I used up a lot of my paper in this project, but it still is the same idea. But what I wanted to do in the center here, so if you remember correctly from the kit, it created this really cool box that sat here, and then you could slip the 3 little travel journal inserts in it. And I did love that idea, but I wanted to actually save those inserts for a different project. Excuse me. And I also loved these papers so much that sometimes I want to create a project where you actually see all the paper instead of getting it too covered up. So that's what I decided to do with this, and actually turn it into a bit of a notebook. So I thought this would be actually a great thing to keep track of stuff like household items, maybe insurance papers, or maybe a recipe book. This would make a great place to record recipes too. But anyway, so many uses for it. So what I did was I started out by, basically this here is going to become kind of the spine of my book. So what I did was I punched holes in here. So I'm doing 2 signatures, 1 and 2, and they're each going to be a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. So I don't know if you can see that super well, but I've already punched the holes in here. So I've measured this out. What I did was I just measured a center here, and then kind of measured up from the center both ways, without going too high, because then you kind of are too close to the ends of your paper. And then I did 2 lines here. So I've left, I believe it was 3/8 of an inch on this side, and I did a hole, and then a 1/4 inch and a hole, and then 3/8 of an inch. So I've already pre-punched, and I use my Big Bite, I guess it is. It's a very old one, my Crocodile, but it's fantastic, works great through the chipboard. So I cut my holes here. And then what I did was I've created 2 signatures here. So I've already semi-prepped those. So I'll show you what's in them. I've got them kind of clipped up right now, but I will show you once I get them stitched in what papers I put in there. But for now, I'm just going to show you how to do this. So I've already punched holes in this one. So I'm using a telephone book. It's just super easy, an old telephone book, and there's my paper piercer. So I have this sheet that I kind of used as a template. This top piece of paper I used as a template, so it's already got the holes punched in that are actually going to line up with this, keeping in mind that this is 9 inches by 6 inches, I believe. Now I'm second guessing myself. That's right, 9 by 6. So I cut the height of the papers. Instead of 9 inches, I did 8 and 3/4 inches. So that's leaving like 1/8 of an inch top and bottom. And then this way you want your papers, so 6 and 6 are going to equal 12, but instead I did 11 and 3/4, and that's going to give you some space here. Because you know how most books, the covers are larger than the inserts, right? The signatures. So that's what I did there. So, and then I just line them up because not all the papers are the exact same. Some are smaller. So I line them up and get them all kind of snug there. I put clips on either side, as you can see. That's just to hold them so they don't get all askewed when I'm punching a hole. So I have my template piece of paper in there, and I'm just putting this in the center of my phone book. And then I'm using my paper piercer, and I'm going through the holes like that. And I kind of wiggle it around a little bit, just makes it a little bit easier when I'm stitching, that the holes are large enough. Now, oftentimes people ask me why I don't use this to do the holes, but this would, in your, if all of the holes were that large, then it's got too much give when they're all stitched in because the hole's kind of too big, so it's got a little bit too much give. Whereas if this is smaller, you have, it just is tighter when it's all combined. So that's why I do that. It makes it a little bit harder in stitching with the holes, but it works. So I'm going to take this template out because that's not part of this signature. And I'm going to add it back into this signature because that's where it came from. Put the clips back on it. All right, now we can go ahead and stitch. So I'm going to get rid of my phone book here. I live in a tiny town, it's a tiny phone book. So I'm going to put this as my second signature. So my last one, so I have 2 here, and this one's going to be my last signature. So I've already cut my string here. It's like a cotton cord. It's fantastic, really strong, great. This is just a needle. It's got a kind of a blunt end, almost like a cross stitch needle or a needle point, and a little bit of a larger eye. So sometimes hard to thread, but I usually cut this on an angle, and then it makes it a little bit easier. So I've already thread that. Generally speaking, you need as much cord as 2.5 times the width you're going. That's sort of a rule of thumb. So 2.5 times. I usually do it longer, but that's a rule of thumb. So I'm going to start in the inside of the paper because I actually want it knotted on the inside. So I'm going to start on the inside and then knot it on the inside. So we're going to go through there. This may be boring to you that have done this before, but anyway, for those who don't, hopefully it will make sense. So in the center, up to the top, back into the center. Oh, I'm sorry, down to the bottom. Not paying attention. I'll take it through signature first. Back through the center. there you have it. Very easy. So you can see I've got plenty of string there to tie it off. So you just make sure it's good and tight. Looks good on the outside. So make sure it's good and tight. You want, when you bring these two back up, so it's coming back in the center where you're going to tie your knot, you want a string on either side of this long one, right? And then you just tie a double knot. And there you go. I'm going to leave these long for now in case I decide to do something fancy inside there. I haven't decided yet. So there we go. So we're going to take that off. And there's one signature in there. And it fit pretty good. Okay, so now we're going to do this other signature. Under all kinds of pressure because I know I'm on camera now. Try that again. There we go. And probably as you noticed, you don't knot the string beforehand. You just make sure that your tail's long enough that you don't pull it through, because then it's a pain. You got to start all over. So again, we're going to start in the center. Go through the center hole. Actually, I'm going to go through just the signature first. And through the center hole. And up in the top. Oh, I tore that a little bit. It'll be okay. And I'm just pulling it off. There's still a tail here to tie. And then all the way to the bottom. Not being super careful either because I don't want to bore you spending too much time. So anyway, through the bottom hole. And then through the bottom hole of the cover, the folio. And then back into the center hole of the folio and the signature. All right, and there we have that one. So again, just pull this tight, make sure it's tight on the outside, and then you do your double knot like that on either side of this string, and there you go. So again, I'm not gonna cut short yet because I just haven't decided yet what I'm going to do there. And then I can take the clips off. And there we go. So I have two signatures in there. So I kind of just turned the folio into, it's still a folio, but it's got kind of a book in the center. So it still closes up just like that. I put these ties, I kind of save everything. Well, not everything, but anything I think I can use in a creative way, I hang on to. So these was actually, came out of a hoodie, kind of a sweatshirt hoodie, so it already had this bead on it, and it's kind of like a little cord. And when I threw away my sweatshirt, I kept this, and so I'm reusing it. So I do that with lots of clothes. If they're headed to the garbage, I'll take off the pockets or buttons or whatever I think I can use, because I love to repurpose. So there's my folio. So you can see the outside has got the strings on it like that, which I think is kind of a cool little feature. If you wanted to, you could also hang charms on there or slip through ribbons or make anything fancy there. And I'm still going to add more things here, but this little pocket, I just created this side pocket here, and I fussy cut this image because I just love that image. So I fussy cut the main paper sheet. I can't remember what it's called now, but the main one from Farmhouse collection. Cut that out and covered that. So this is a little pocket here. You can slip all kinds of things in. And I'm going to add some more things here, some more embellishments, some embellishments in here as well. But for now, I'll just show you this. So now we've got these little booklets here inside that we can use for anything. So and this is the reason, because I just adore this paper, and I just really wanted to see kind of the whole face of it and not lose it. So that's what that is. And then I've just put a blank. This is just basically some writing paper I had. Of course, you can also coffee stain these too beforehand, which is always fun. I just didn't take the time to do that. And I also wanted sort of the smooth surface for writing on. This is sort of out of an old book. It's called Inventory of Home Furnishings. So you could actually use this if you wanted to, or you can just, you know, put things over top of it or clip things on it. And then more of this beautiful paper. This paper I actually folded over, so it creates a little tuck spot right here inside there. And then some more paper, just writing paper. I put this doily in here, which I did coffee stain a while ago, and I just thought it went perfect with this collection. So I just threw that little doily in there for fun. More of the beautiful paper. This is just a sheet of kind of like vellum. It's actually tracing paper, but I just thought that was really pretty, so I added that. And more writing paper. So that's my little booklet. So you can do everything from writing on here. If you wanted to write on here, just cut some more writing paper like this, and you can just glue it over top of this if you like, and then write on that too. Or put photographs in here, or clip documents, whatever you want to do. But lots of options are endless. This page was a little short because I folded, where is it now? Because I folded this side over, I wanted a pocket. It made this side a little bit shorter, which was totally fine for me because I love that dimension and different textures. And so that is the one. And then this one, again, I loved this rooster paper. And so I wanted that showing as well. And it matches the rooster I have over here too. So I have that one. And then again, I just did the same thing. So I've got writing paper, some more of that inventory home furniture of your home furniture. This is another sheet that I love. Some more blank paper, pattern paper, a doily, tracing paper, and blank paper. So there's lots in there to use. And so I hope you like that. It's just a little bit of a different idea. The folio idea from the Club G45 was amazing, and I loved it, and it was great and easy to do. And so I just decided, and I love journaling and doing the signatures. This is kind of my thing. So I decided to make that work. So there you have it. It still folds up like that. There you go. So I will finish up what I'm doing on here. I'm going to add more embellishments and some more paper and odds and ends. And then I will do another little video with a bit of a walkthrough and show you how it's finished off. But I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you duplicate it. Remember too that when you get these wonderful instructions from the Club G45. Remember, you can use this over and over too, just with different paper. So any new line that comes out, you can do the same thing, do the exact same folio, just using another paper line, and it's like a brand new project. So I hope that gives you some additional ideas, and I hope you enjoyed it and can duplicate it. So thanks so much for watching, and have a very creative day. Bye-bye.